Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the red with white trim. His official weight of 8 stones and 13 pounds. He has a record of 39 fights, 21 losses, 18 wins, and 8 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Preston, England, United Kingdom, introducing Michael, the Troublemaker Ramabeletsa! And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the purple trunks. His official weight of 9 stones, 1 pound. He is currently undefeated with 6 wins, and 3 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Wickford, Essex, England, United Kingdom, introducing Tom Welland!
Boxers, please. Okay, lads, when I say stop, you stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up, protect yourself at all times. Good luck to you both. Good luck.
Steely. There was a look from Tom Welland there after the referee's instructions. There was just a look. And this is a different mental test for him tonight.
1.
Yes, he's the bill topper. Can see the crowd from close, and it's a different kind of experience for him tonight. But after the weigh-in shenanigans, just a sense that he really wants to get after Ramabeletsa tonight. And I wonder if that's going to be a motivation and a spur for him, or a slight hindrance and a handicap. Barry, you've seen plenty of him. I fancy there's something a bit old school about this young man. Almost way in advance of his years, both in terms of his ring experience and his ring IQ, and I think his mentality at the age of 20. But you never quite know when you've had the kind of gamesmanship and the experience of Ramabeletsa coming to bear in the build-up.
Yeah, maybe you just never know how a young person's going to react to that, but I don't think it'll have an effect on him. Honestly, he likes to be aggressive anyway, but I think he's had the tests where he was trying to be maybe too aggressive over the ego and got tagged once before, and I think he learned from that very, very quickly. So now he's still aggressive, he's still looking to get you out today, he's still looking to to make you feel the pain, but it's behind that educated work that he has. He has a bit of patience and composure about himself, and he realises that I have heavy hands and I can't put my punches together really fluently and well, but when the opportunity arises, I can work behind the jab, I can take my time and work into the fight.
Lovely feints, that's part of his makeup and his game, Tom Welland. And I think that Marvin Solano fight last April was a real kind of important turning point in this stage of his young career, Welland, because since then he's been really impressive in 2 fights. He's knocked down all bar Solano. All of his opponents have hit the deck one way or another, bar Solano. And I think that was the fight, Andy, that he really learned from, and he's been much more measured, balanced. We talked about balance between attack and when to attack, and we've really seen that quite impressively in his last couple of fights.
And it's good to have an experience like that relatively early, isn't it? We've talked about matchmaking throughout the course of the afternoon, and you don't want to get a fighter beat. You don't want to throw them in too deep and get them damaged physically or mentally, but every now and again something needs to happen that just puts a little bit of manners on them maybe, and makes them realise that everything isn't as straightforward as it might appear. So that's never a bad thing. This is a hard task for him though with Ramabeletsa, because Ramabeletsa is very tough. He's 43, but look at the shape he's in. I mean, it's kind of frightening really, isn't it? You can see what a pro he is and always has been.
But a nice good first round here for Welland. Nice good start, controlled, picking his punches really well and making Ramabeletsa feel that right hand.
Lovely uppercut right at the end of it as well. Picked that beautifully. Just slight marking on the right cheekbone of Ramabeletsa as well, signifying that some of those sharp, fast shots got through. And Will Jones with his back to the right of camera, you can see in discussion with Tom Welland, as they try and work out the next stage of the game plan. And I think Barry's right. No need to worry about being overheated, overeager. I think he's got the right mentality, and I think already through that first round, yesterday's shenanigans seem to have been forgotten.
When you've got young kids like him who are very explosive and they're battering people quite easily, then they just believe, and understandably, that you're just going to walk through everybody. So you get that fighter who says, you can't walk through me, and that happens.
Corners,
you get tagged a few times.
10 seconds.
And I think you don't lose your confidence if you're a good fighter. You gain awareness.
Seconds out.
So you learn, you gain something
2.
rather than lose something, if that makes any sense. Well, it makes perfect sense. So you realise, actually, I'm still good, but I have to think a little bit more. And Welland's shown, I think, dramatically quickly that he has a good boxing brain. He can think. He's not just all power and explosiveness.
And his kind of judgment of distance is the thing that I've been impressed with last couple of fights. That's the thing that's sharpened up markedly in those wins over Farias, and last time up against Darwin Martinez, where it was a terrific right hand off the back foot, counter punch as well. He kind of drew the lead, and it was a lovely fast counter reaction that set up the knockdown. So he's learning fast, but certainly in the last few fights, the speed of improvement has just gone through.
And you just see the feet are everything in sport, and more so in boxing, because without feet you might have the best power in the world, biggest punch, fastest hands, but if you can't get close to the target to make it work, it's a waste of time. But it gives you good balance, and what he has, Welland, is good balance. So he can punch off when he's moving back because he's in the centre of his stance, even when he's retreating.
And you just saw that counter right hand really fast. And what's impressive is those, when he's in and around range, he's still thinking about defence, and those counter shots, they're coming in combinations, are really rapid, fast, and that's all because the judgment of distance is so much sharper and switched on in recent fights. So he's starting to slot it all together, and Andy knows he's up against an experienced guy. I mean, this is Ramabeletsa, who a decade or so ago was going the distance with future world champions Cal Yafai and Paul Butler.
Exactly, and at the start of the round, interestingly, Ramabeletsa came out just a little bit more aggressive, because he'll know that he cannot afford to allow Welland to slip into a nice rhythm. He got caught with a decent combination there, but did manage to ride it fairly well. So, as I was saying, Ramabeletsa is very experienced. He's been down the stretch, been over the distance with plenty of fighters, some really good ones. So getting a stoppage win against him will be hard earned here for Welland, if he can get it. And if he is to get it, then you'd imagine it would come courtesy of volume rather than a single shot or him being able to take him out. It might just be one of those ones where the ref feels like he has to step in if it's going to come.
I tell you what, they both swung with the right hand there. That reminded me of the moment between Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creek, where you wondered what happened in that behind-scenes training manoeuvre. It was one of those. They both missed, but the speed of Welland is pretty telling at the moment.
But Welland's shown a few little times in this round. He's shown why he can potentially be a star. Oh, good left hook.
Got him. Did he get him off balance, or did he wobble him? Goes after him.
It's the temple shot. He's at unsteady legs.
And goes after him again. Wicked right hand. Even better follow-up left hook. There's a little bit of blood, and that's an unsteady gait. That is an unsteady walk back to his corner for Michael Ramabeletsa. Andy said it would be a huge statement if he could stop a veteran with experience like this. Well, it might just be in the post, folks.
I think he does. Do you know what the difference is here? Why he's struggling? Ramabeletsa, it's the angle of attack. You see a few times. Every punch is different. Look at the different angles, and look at the movement with the feet. He's throwing the punches from different angles of attack. He's spinning around the target. He's coming from a different avenue, and also every now and again he chops that right hand down. So you can't. How can you read someone who's faster than you? They're not throwing. You can read combinations at times where they punch on the line with the left hook, a looping left hook. With Welland, it's a different shot every time he throws it. How can you read that? And because he's faster than you, and he's punching, and also he's moving his feet at the same time, it makes it so difficult.
Yeah, that Lomachenko fellow will no doubt inspire a whole generation of young fighters coming through, and there was a little bit of that moving off the angles. Lovely left hook to start this third round. That was a spellbinding end to the second from Tom Welland, who's looking razor sharp and focused, absolutely dialed in tonight.
Again, though, we still got to keep thinking.
And he punched right up to the end of the round, didn't he? Right up until the bell, and that's a really good habit to get into. I know when you're having success, of course, you're going to keep letting your hands go, but to utilise every single second of the round, because it was that final left hand right on the bell. When that landed, that made the biggest dent, and you could see it as he walked back to the corner. And as it landed, I did get the feeling that Ramabeletsa felt like the end of the round was there and just left himself slightly open for it.
But like all the old pros, Barry, he's coming out at the start of this round to infer, suggest, state that he's not as hurt as we might have thought.
Yeah, well, you've got to play that, haven't you? You've got to try and put the guy under pressure straight away, showing that, you haven't got me, but he has. Welland's got him where he wants him. Look at the concentration on young Welland's face. I mean, that's difficult. That's fitness, that is, to keep that concentration levels and not deter it all the time. It takes a real skill, and it's a sign of a quality fighter. So every time Ramabeletsa throws a punch, Welland's looking to slip, dip and slide and then react.
And the impressive part about this sequence, Barry, is he's doing all of this largely off the back foot.
But that front foot's in the centre of the stance quite often around Ramabeletsa.
Yeah, I was going to say that he is so dominant with his front foot, isn't he? It's a real presence in any fight that he's involved in.
So your wide stance sometimes slows your feet down a bit, but
right hand. Almost caught with a counter, but he clocks Ramabeletsa with a right hand. And there he goes again. Not quite the same purchase on it as he had been previously, but some heavy shots getting through.
That's Ramabeletsa's hope, that he catches Welland while he's throwing. Oh, it's nice. I see that Welland, he dipped the head over to the right side and threw the left hook inside the body frame there.
And Andy, Ramabeletsa's been a good boxer, but he's not necessarily renowned as a big puncher. He's been forced to fight here, and that might not be the best, attack not necessarily the best form for him here if he's going to get into a firefight with this young gun.
But interestingly, that seems to be the way that he wants to go about it. He's taken the centre of the ring from the start of the round. He took it again there after being driven back. He's creeping in with that front foot. I think he feels that this is an 8-round fight, and if he's going to have a say in it, if he's going to be competitive, then he's got to try and step to Welland and do him some damage.
Can't miss him with the right hand. Cannot miss him with the right hand. He's bloodied the nose of Ramabeletsa. Not quite as hurt as he had been in the previous round, but Barry, I tell you what, there were more telling punches landed in this round.
If I was in the corner, I'd be really having a look at my fighter here. He hadn't been battered yet, but he went back a little bit unsteady, looks to feel sorry for himself, and every time there's an answer from Welland, every time he makes a half a mistake. Sometimes he doesn't make a mistake, but Welland, see, he's trying to push Welland back, and he's thinking, I don't want Welland to come at me, so at least I can push him back like a half a chance. That half a chance hasn't appeared yet, because Welland's moving his head all the time, those little feints, and he's just faster. And we spoke about earlier tonight about injection of pace, and I say it all the time, but to change the tempo of your work is a real plus going forward. Just changes the game at times and means you're almost unreadable against your opponent. And Welland does that. He explodes into his punches, then he slows it down. The sign of a quality fighter is always having time to do whatever you want to do. And Welland's, what I've seen throughout his career, and now again here tonight, has that.
What I'm excited about, Barry, is the presence and pressure he applies with that front foot. It's a kind of intimidating, seemingly aggressive come forward style, but it's not. It's more subtle than that. But we've seen in recent fights how clever and cute he can be as a counter puncher as well, and that could be a devastating blend as you start to morph those together going forward.
Well, being an all-rounder there's very few all-rounders, isn't there, that can box either way. I mean, if you can do it, you're just as effective as being pushed back as you can being the aggressor. That just makes you an absolute nightmare. That's lovely work again. All he did there, Welland, was just sit down. Just change, and we talk about that all the time. He changes the levels. He just sat down. That's all he did. Bend his legs.
Ramabeletsa's trying everything he knows. He's literally digging back into the archives and trying everything he knows. But he is being rocked back with these punches. Even that jab previously had him looking a little disorientated.
And Ramabeletsa's trying to lean back on that back foot as well, and that works for him quite often because Welland's getting that front foot really close and he's sitting on his back foot. The illusion he's further away than he actually is.
And it's in the second half of the round, I think, that things are going to get hot for him. Welland, as we've been saying, has picked his punches well, but he showed good patience because Ramabeletsa now right on cue almost, just into the second half of the round, and he's maybe starting to look a little bit spent. He's got quite a tense style anyway, but I think with the guy in front of him and with what's happened in the fight so far, he is wary here, Ramabeletsa. And he knows that he needs to do some proper punching to keep him off.
It was another right hand as well, Barry. That's been the big punch so far tonight.
But we talk about technique, don't we, quite often, about turning from the hips and the shoulders and all in unison. You watch when Welland, when he really commits to that right hand, all the back of his body really turns. It was just so quick, but it's perfect technique. That means you punch right through the target. And every now and again he lifts that elbow up, so he chops down with it as well to give it a more of a Golovkin type effect.
There's the right hand again. Oh, lovely little body shot, wicked left hook coming through downstairs as well, blending it all together with 30 seconds to go in the fourth.
But there's so many good things that he's doing that you tell young kids to do. No, don't be afraid to get lower. You think you've got to be like on your taller at the box for some reason. You can be lower. It gives you a better vision of the target, and also you evade a lot of shots from that. He does that quite well, Welland.
Oh, he's dynamite tonight.
It's just outstanding work. It really is.
And what we're seeing tonight is all the willingness to learn, the willingness to put himself in certain situations outside of the ring. Last year was quite a memorable one in terms of homework and groundwork and building. He went out to Vegas to fight a young American prospect, Bruce Carrington. That was invaluable sparring, and he also spent a bit of time around Deontay Wilder when he was out in Saudi, and I think it was the 5v5 in the summer of last year as well. And what turned out to be a chance encounter in the gym with Wilder actually turned into another gym session where they trained alongside each other, but he was able to dip into the resources of how a world champion prepares, how he's gone about it in the past, and all of that experience as well. And I think we're seeing all the benefit of that homework, if you like, coming to bear in the performance tonight.
You have to see it to think you can achieve it, don't you? So you be around success breeds success, of course, but being around fighters, just seeing what they can do and how they go about their work, even if you're technically better than him, which he is technically better than Wilder. He hasn't got the power, of course, but you just to see how diligent they are in their build-up. Look how direct he is with his punches, though. Everything, he makes sure he hits the target fully before he pulls back.
He's cognizant of defence as well while he's in attack, which I love to see. We talk about getting into good habits, haven't we? That's been a theme tonight for the young prospects, and this is a young man who is getting into good habits.
Well, how do you hold? You talked about matchmaking earlier. How do you hold him back? He's only 20, but do you think he's ready? He can step up, couldn't he? A few levels right now.
He's looked good tonight, absolutely no doubt, and we're just into the second half here, but I want to see him get this done. I want to see him close this out, because he should. He's hurt Ramabeletsa a couple of times, but that previous round, although he was well on top of Ed Welland, Ramabeletsa probably had the best round he'd had for a little while. He didn't look really hurt or buzzed at any stage, and it could be that he's just beginning to get used to the power a touch, but there's plenty of time left here. But given what we've seen from him so far, the quality of the punching, and everything really, we want to see a stoppage here.
In truth, yes. I must admit, Andy, in situations like this, I try and put myself in the other position, the other corner, the other fighter's mind. And if you're Ramabeletsa, he's just been clipped with a left hook there. The speed, the blurring speed, another left hand, and a couple of rights to go through with it. You're Ramabeletsa, proud man. You want to get paid again, you want to continue your career, you want to find a way to get through this if maybe winning seems perhaps far-reached, far-fetched at this stage.
Again, the angles of the shots opening up, that little screw shot with that left hand there, knocking the head back of Ramabeletsa, who took it really well. You can see, well, he's only been stopped a couple of times.
A little bit of swelling on the under the left eye for Ramabeletsa now.
He rolled well there, Ramabeletsa.
Oh, big right hand gets through. Been the punch of the night so far.
Oh,
Can't miss him. Cannot miss him with the right hand. Another two.
he wobbled on his legs there, but he's kept his composure though, Ramabeletsa.
But Andy's right. That's what fans are now thinking. Can you close the show? That's what the media, the pundits are thinking. Can you close the show? Looks like he might. Referee's in and he gets the job done in spectacular fashion. We asked the question, can you go and get it done? Yes, he can.
That's great. That's great. That's exactly what you want to see, because he's given us 4 rounds of terrific stuff. But then you want to see somebody provide that full stop. And the end, when it came there, was swift, because he was cupping him around as he had been before, and then he just exploded in with a couple of really well-delivered punches, and you could see the effect they had on Ramabeletsa. And Lee Every, who jumped in with a good stoppage a couple of weeks ago, actually, on the Adam Azim card, when he saw a fighter hurt and got in nice and quick. He was in a good position there to get in and stop any further damage.
Do you know what really unravelled him? It was 2 uppercuts, one in the centre of the ring, but right at the end there, on the ropes, he hits him with an uppercut or a screw shot with the left hand. And again, we talked about that, the variety, the angle of the shots was going to get Ramabeletsa, and that was the one. I think all those heavy shots, he could absorb them, couldn't he? The big right hand, with just a change of angle, the change of tact, that one there. And he went and steady back in his legs, and he takes 2 more shots, I think, and the referee steps in. But I think that's a tremendous performance. So just to win the fight was expected, but to beat him up like that I thought he beat him up every round. I think it was fantastic. But 20 years of age, let's not forget that. I think that's only his 7th fight. I think that's a really good performance. One of the best ones I've seen for a long time.
I thought he was mustard. I thought he was absolutely mustard tonight. He was dynamite from start to finish, and what a finish. What a way to top the bill. We said you're topping the bill, different mentality, different challenge tonight. Well, that is how
Ladies and
a
gentlemen,
headline
the
act should
official
perform.
time, 2 minutes and 48 seconds of round number 5. Your winner by TKO, Tom Welland!
That was a special performance tonight. It was a career best performance tonight from Tom Welland. Now my fellow countryman and one of the greatest sports writers to ever have lived, Hugh McIlvanney, used to talk about fighters having the stuff. He called it, Hughie, the stuff. And he meant they were a little bit special. Well, who knows where this journey ends up? Who knows if this fella will even end up at world level? There are so many hurdles to overcome and there's so many variables. But he might just have a little bit of the stuff.
Well, you look at it and it's difficult to pinpoint any particular area in which he's lacking, isn't it? When you look at that performance. And as you say, you're right to issue the caveats. There is a long way to go. There's plenty of things we don't know. But from what we've seen so far, the future looks bright.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And there's some photos that are going up on the mantelpiece. Everyone wants a piece of him. That's a partnership. Will Jones, his trainer. What a prospect they've got on their hands. Ali is going to catch a word with him when they're done with the photographs, and we might find out how he felt about it and what next.
Tom Welland, your first headline, and you put on a performance like that. How are you feeling?
I'm buzzing. What a performance. Listen, what a tough man Michael is as well. Like, he was taking some big shots, and there was times where I didn't know if he was hurt or not. So fair play to Michael. Thanks for the opportunity, and thanks for the opportunity to my man Johnny Clark as well. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and a very tough man is Michael Ramabeletsa. He was taking some heavy shots from round 1. Did you know you were going to keep breaking him down and eventually get that stoppage?
The game plan was not to rush it. It was just to wait and see if it came. And we were breaking him down round by round. And then I see that I hurt him, I think, was it the 5th round, 6th round, something like that? I see that I hurt him, I just stepped to him, put my punches together, and then the referee stepped in.
Well, the commentary were very impressed with what a mature performance it was. You're still only 20. We'll bring in your coach, Will, come in. I mean, performances like that at this age, He's headlining the show. It bodes well for the future.
Listen, Tom's growing up every fight. There's no rush for anyone no more. I want to showcase his skills and showcase what he's got. He listens in the corner. That's the best thing I can ask for. He don't listen when I ask him to be quiet when he's shouting at his opponent. But listen, he's done a great job tonight, and I'm proud of him.
And just sum up the performance, because, you know, as I said, mature performance. You were breaking him down each round, and your second stoppage in a row.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Michael was either going to do one or two things. He was going to come and have a fight, or he was just going to try and pick his way through the rounds. And he came out and he took the centre, so I sort of knew that I had to break him down round by round. So that was all we did. We did what we worked on in the gym, just like feinting, setting it up, not brushing anything. And yeah, the shot came, and then when I see that I hurt him, I just made sure that I jumped at him, because he's an experienced man. He knows how to stay in there, and I'm very happy the way I got him out, and I'm very happy with my performance. We're out again in a month, so we'll get back straight in the gym. We'll keep working.
Did the fight week antics put you in more of a determined mood? Because you look laser focused tonight.
Yeah, no, I've been laser focused the whole way through camp, don't get me wrong. But I think I knew this fight was something different, you know. It was a man trying to revive his career. He was going to try and he did everything he could in there to try and beat me tonight. And that just gave me more and more motivation each day that we went on in camp. And I knew what I was getting, you know, and I was sparring middleweight, super welterweights, and I was going to be prepared for any Michael that came tonight, and we made sure of that.
A final word to the people who've tuned in at home to watch you and come out here tonight.
Listen, I'm very appreciative of everyone that's come out tonight. Everyone that's at home, thank you for watching. I hope you're all very impressed. So everyone who's bought tickets, all my sponsors, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much, and we go again in a month.
Well done, Tom. A fantastic performance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.